Makhe from Vishwakarma Institute of Pune. Uh, Welcome to my channel. In this video, we will understand Internet of Things or IoT from a zero level. No heavy theory, only real life examples. By the end of this video, you can clearly know what is IoT, how it works, and where it is used. Let's see what is IoT. Internet of a Things means connecting everyday objects to the internet so they can collect data and work automatically without human interaction. Think about a smart bulb. You can turn it on or off using a mobile phone even when you are not at home. This bulb is disconnected to the internet so it can receive commands. This called Internet of a Things. There are such more examples like a smartwatch or a smart AC, which will be turns on before you reach home. Let's see some characteristics of the IoT. First is always connected. IoT devices love to stay connected, but to save energy, they sometimes take small naps in sleep mode and wake up only when needed. Second is the good at teamwork. They can talk to at kind of other devices, big or small, old or new, without complaining about differences in hardware or a software. Third is adaptive in nature. Like a quick learner, an IoT devices can adjust itself when situation changes. For example, a smart light getting brighter when the room get dark. Then quietly smart. They don't just collect data, they process it to give meaningful insights like a fitness tracker, telling you not just how many steps you walked but how healthy your activity level is. Then scalable, whether you add one devices or thousands IoT system are designed to grow without losing efficiency. Then energy consumption, they know how to save battery, turning off when not in use, and waking up only when needed, just like energy efficient roommate. Now we see sensors. A sensor is a device that detects physical changes and converts them into a data. There are multiple sensors like your ultrasonic sensor, soil moisture sensor, touch sensor, level sensor, then IR sensor to convert data. Now, actuators. Actuator means it is a device that take action based on the sensor's data. In the image, we can see that some actuators examples like a motor, bulb, fan, LED. Now we see design of Internet of a Things. Design of a IoT. Basically, what is IoT of IoT design? IoT design defines how devices, networks, data, and applications work together. It mainly focuses on the device connectivity, data transmission, processing, and user interaction. The main goal of the design of IoT is efficient, secure, and scalable IoT systems. Now we see what are IoT protocols. Whenever two people talk, they follow some rules like a language, turn talking, and tone. In the same way, when IoT devices talk to each other, they also need rules. These rules are called as a protocols. Like example, human uses languages like English or Hindi. Such like devices uses protocols like HTTP or MQTT. Without protocols, devices can't understand each other. When a sensor sends data, we must make sure data reaches the correct destination. Data is not changed on the way, and also no unauthorized person can read it. Now we see communication models in a IoT. IoT devices are found everywhere and will enable circulatory intelligence in the future. For operational precaution, it is important and useful to understand how various IoT devices communicate with each other. Communication models used in a IoT have a great value. There are basically four types of the communication model. First is a request and response model. Second is a publisher and the subscriber model. Third is a push and pull model. And fourth also is a exclusive pair. Let's see first model, which is a request and response model. In the diagram you can see that this model follows a client server architecture. The client, when required, requests the information from their server. This request is usually in the encoded format. This model is stateless since the data between the request is not retained and each request is independently handled. The server categories the request and fetches the data from the database and its resources representation. This data is converted to the responses and is transferred in an encoded format to the client. On the other hand, the request and response communication model client sends a request to the server and the server responds to the request. When the server receives the request, it decides how to respond, fetches the data, retrieves resources, and prepares the responses and also send it to the client again. Now we see publisher and the subscriber model. In the diagram you can see that publisher, broker and the subscriber or a consumer. Basically how the model is run. This model comprises with the three entities: publisher, brokers and consumers. Publishers are the source of a data. It sends the data to the topic which are managed by the broker. They are not aware of a consumers, and in consumers subscriber to the topics which are managed by the broker. Hence broker is responsible to the accept data from the publisher and send it to the appropriate consumer. The broker only has the information regarding the customer to which a particular topic belongs to which the publisher is unaware of. Now now we see push-pull model. In the push-pull model, it consists data publishers, data consumers, and the data queues. Publishers and the consumers are not aware of each other. Publishers publish the message or the data and push it into a queue. You can see that the consumers present on the other side pull the data out of the queue. Thus the queue acts as a buffer for the message. When the difference occurs in the rate of push or pull the data, uh, side of a publisher and the consumer, and in queues helps in decompiling the messaging between the procedure and the consumer. Quick queues also act as a buffer which helps in a situation where there is a mismatch between the rate at which the procedures push the data and the consumers pull the data. The last model is exclusive pair. In exclusive pair is the bidirectional model. You can see in that image, including full duplex communication among the client and the server. In this, the connection is constant and remains open till the client sends a request to close the connection. Then the server has the record of all the connections which has been opened. This is the stateful connection model, and the server is aware of all open connections. WebSockets based on the communication API is fully based on this model. You can see that request to the setup connect, then response accepting a request. Then client send a message from the client to server, and then server send a message to client. Then connection is closed from the client request, and also then last connection closed from the responses. Now we see some technologies in the IoT. First is the wireless sensor networks. You can see in the diagram, wireless sensor network is a collection of a small sensors and the sensor nodes. Basically, main use of this wireless sensors network is agriculture monitoring, forest fire detection, weather monitoring, and military surveillance. Now we see cloud computing in the IoT. Uh, we know that what is cloud computing. Cloud computing provides storage, processing, and analysis of IoT data. Basically, IoT devices send data to a cloud using internet. Cloud process la- cloud Cloud processes large amount of data efficiently, and user can access data from anywhere. Cloud computing in IoT main role is a storage the data and analyze the data. Then also remote device control use it, and also dashboard visualization. Then another technology is the embedded system. Embedded system is a dedicated computer system designed to perform a specific task, and it acts as a brain of IoT devices. It use Embedded system is controlled by the sensor and the actuators. There are main components are the microcontroller, input-output interface, also firmware, and the memory. Now we see IoT levels and the templates. An IoT systems compares the following components like devices, control services, database, web services, analyze component, and application. Let's see one by one. First is device. An IoT device allows identification, remote sensing, remote monitoring capabilities, resource software components on the IoT devices for accessing, processing, and storing sensor information. Then controller service. Control service is a native service that runs on the devices and interacts with the web. In the database can either local or in the cloud, and stores the data generated by the IoT services. Web services. Web services serve as a link between the IoT devices, applications, database, and the analyzed components. It can be implemented using a HTTP and the REST principles. Last is a application. IoT applications provide an interface that the user can use to control and monitor various aspects of the IoT systems. Allow user to view the system status and the processing the data. Here are the some IoT levels. We are not giving in brief. Let's see in short. It's first IoT level 1. This is the IoT level 2. You can see in the diagram and study it. This is the IoT level 3, where the local and cloud, you can see that controller service resources and one cloud storage and the analysis and the monitor node is connected to it. This is the level 4, where the app, REST services, database, observer node, analytic components are connected, and it sends to the observer node. Here it is the level 5. You can see the diagram. And this is the last level 6, where the IoT system has multiple independent end nodes that perform sensing and or acquisition and send data to the cloud. Data is stored in the cloud and the application is cloud based. Now we see some domain specific IoT. First in the smart home. Imagine you are lying on the bed and you can turn off the light just by speaking without standing up. This is called a smart home. A smart home uses IoT to automate home appliance. Automation means devices work automatically or can be controlled by the remotely. In a smart home devices like lights, fans, and the locks are connected to the internet, they can send and receive the data anytime. Light sends status like a on or off. Mobile sends command like a turn off, turn on. Internet is the bridge between the user and the devices. Smart home, sorry, Smart home devices can be controlled using a mobile application, voice assistants like Alexa or a Google Assistant. Example: Alexa, turn on fan. Mobile app, lock the door, like that. Second is a smart city. Today's in the cities, we face many problems like traffic jams, parking issues, garbage overflow, and high electricity usage. A smart city use IoT to solve these problems intelligently. Then, in smart cities, sensors are installed everywhere on roads, street lights, dustbins, and parking areas. These sensors collect data and send it to the system, which helps the city work smarter, not harder. Real-time monitoring means the system knows what is happening right now. Automation means actions happens automatically without human control. There are some examples like a traffic congestion detection detected, signal timing changes automatically, then garbage bin full, alert sent to the cleaning staff, like that. Then also smart parking. Sensors in a parking slots detect whether the space is free or occupied. Drivers can available parking on mobile apps. It saves time, reduce the traffic, and also less frustration. In smart waste management, dustbins have sensors that detect garbage level. When the dustbin is full, it automatically sends alert. The last domain is the agriculture and the industry. Traditional farming depends on a guesswork: when to water crops, how much water to use, and when disease may occur. IoT helps farmers make smart decisions using data. This is called smart farming. In the smart farming, sensors are placed in the soils and on the plants and in the field. These sensors collect data and send it to the farmer using the internet. When crops get the right amount of water, fertilizer, and the care at the right time, crop production increases. IoT provides exact information which helps farmers grow healthier crops. uh, then also reduce water wastage. Many times farmers water crops even when soil already has moisture. IoT sensors tell exactly when water is needed, so no extra water is wasted. Also used in a soil moisture monitoring. Soil moisture sensors measures how much water is present in the soil. Farmers get alerts when the soil becomes dry. Smart smart irrigation. In smart irrigation systems automatically turns on off water supply based on the soil moisture data. No manual control is required here. That's today. uh, then thank you thank you for watching this video. Now we continue next video using in that video we can continue with the unit 2 of the IoT. Thank you so much.